What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, backing in with another crypto market update. Today's deep dive, we're going to be checking out XCN. A little bit of a pump yesterday, people's emotions back up. We're going to see if it's valid, fake out, breakout. If you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. If you're interested in my free Discord community, it'll be linked in the description. If you're looking for a little bit more in-depth analysis, a little bit more tools at your disposal, I'll offer a paid Patreon as well. As always, let's get into it. So we are checking out XCN here on the weekly. All of these targets right through here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 targets. I mean, this is pretty given. So we'll say 3 targets. No hindsight, right? We come out, we mark out targets. That's the way the channel works. We mark out targets. We update on what's going on. And we had this 466 down here for a very long time. Very long time, right? So, you broke right above your 466 level. You're in a nice 1-2. It looks even more beautiful on the daily, so stick around if you're interested. XCN, in my opinion, is one of the better looking coins right now. It is one of the better looking coins. The 1-2 setup is still valid. We're looking for a very big close, okay? Very big close. We need a close on the weekly 100% above this 466. Right? But even more so, we need to start thinking about getting above this 727 level right here, and closing and using it as support. You come up through here, you use it as resistance, then you're looking at like a ugly corrective move. Okay, so 727 level is going to be very important for the weekly, right? For the weekly, you see, if you're an XCN holder, you know that this thing can absolutely just go crazy in a week. So the 727, is that really out of the question? No, it's not. Right? This is not out of the question. If we're talking about both resistance, 855 is also a big resistance level, but the 727 will take a lot of steam out, and maybe you'll run in right through here and then reject. So, I would like to see it come up through here, kind of chill out, and then really go, right? Don't just go and get out of steam, blow your load, stuff like that. So, in terms of the weekly on the indicators, we are looking for any kind of idea that this is actually a legit move. I'll tell you one thing, I don't like the MACD. I like the way it looks, I like the way it's postured, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking, right? When you have some green, when you have some bullish momentum, yes, you're above the stochastics, but when you're kind of just fluttering like this, I don't like that. I don't like that just because it usually is led to it usually, I mean, not just XCM, I'm talking about in general. When I see it on the chart, we'll talk about some Bitcoin dominance at the end, and you'll understand. It kind of it's giving room for bears to enter shorts, to enter positions, right? There's not a lot of confidence in the asset. Let's be real, there's not a lot of confidence in altcoins anyways. But in general, when I see this and then I see a fluttering MACD, not the greatest look. The MACD is a laggard indicator, so that just means it's a little bit delayed. It's more so for confirmation. It's more so for, like confirmation for, validations on breakouts, breakdowns, things like that. So then when you come up to the RSI, you are looking like you want to, all right, we can actually just do this. You're looking like you want to break out a little bit. I can't even use, I guess I can. I can just see what it looks like. Yeah, it's so steep. There's only one area, one touch point. You're not breaking out of a sell side trend wall, of a sell side wall. Looks like you do on a back test. So maybe we see red for the rest of the week. And I'm not talking about a lot of red. I'm talking about maybe 2% down today, 2% down tomorrow. Just come back down here, retest, and then go. Could be looking like that. What assets like to do, especially altcoins, they like to break initially and then go, right? Fake people out, because market makers know. I mean, we just saw Jane Street. These people, these redheads with no souls, gingers. I'm sorry if you're a ginger, all right? No offense, but these gingers, I'm just playing. But these people with no souls, right? They just manipulate the market. They just steal. They're corrupt. They have no place in society. What they do is they just manipulate indicators that people use, such as the RSI. So, a lot of people are saying, oh, okay, let's bounce off the RSI. You're probably not just going to have a clean, perfect bounce. You're probably going to, come down just below, freak everyone out, and then go. That's what I've noticed, something just like this. Right? Something just like that, right? Where you're just like, oh no, here we go. We're going to zero. Boom. Okay, so RSI, I do like the RSI, but it's heavily manipulated, right? It's heavily manipulated. Again, a little bit of a laggard. I like my two indicators that I have this up through here. We're waiting on a green dot. We did see some bullish divergence. Bullish divergence, bullish momentum. We're looking on a green dot. We're waiting for that. Patreon members will get that once it drops immediately. It'll be linked right to the Discord. I'll show you. So, you know, I'm not just full of it. All right, I have receipts. I have receipts on even the levels that you're looking at too. So if you wanna, I'll link the previous video on XCN so you can check that out. See if you wanna stick around for the channel, things like that. So where are we at through here? Right through here, trading view indicators. So all of these, right, they all pop up. All of these have been popping up. So we're looking for a base, right? We're looking for a base. These have been popping up for a while, for the last week or two. It doesn't mean that you're gonna immediately go crazy. We had that red, right, January, and then what happened? Everything kind of just tanked, right? But it just means that things are attempting to reverse. Things are attempting to find a low. Okay, so we're looking for a green dot, attempt to find a low. You know, that would be nice because what you would have is you would have a lower high. So you'd have a higher low, I'm sorry. Oh no, let me get out of here. You have a higher low on the Fu Manchu. Okay. You already have a higher low on the RSI. I guess the RSI is irrelevant because, you know, down through here, unless you find I don't really want it to close lower, but this is nice. This is nice. Finding a green dot with a higher low, that means you're losing your bullish momentum isn't dragging you down as much as it was, because down through here this thing was low, right? We don't want to go back there. We kind of want to just get out of it right through here. You did last time. I mean, was it forever? No, it wasn't. But up through here, this is where you want to see green dots, because you're not just getting a relief bounce. You're getting a rally. Okay, when you're all the way down through here, it's almost like you just got to get out of the gutter, get out of the basement, because you just been in the gutter, like straight up. So, you know, XCN, it's looking great. It's looking even better on the daily. This thing looks beautiful. I've been saying these levels that I've put out here, they're not. I don't go back and change them out. I'll link the video in the description. We've come down here, bounced. Right, we're looking to stay above this. All right, we're looking to stay above that. So everything is still valid. This trend line on the weekly, yep, you've come back, tested, kind of fake out. Now you're back above. Okay, so XCN's looking good. Would I be surprised if this comes back down one more time and goes? No, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe a wick down. Maybe a wick, but then you close up through here. You know, take out some of these right through here. Take out this. Right there. Take out that. So that'd be my idea for XCN moving forward. You know, for price targets, I know people, you know, there's people out there that, I mean, I'm not going to say names, but people out there saying, you know, crazy price targets like 10 cents, 30 cents, things like that. XCN, you know, looking for that 3 to 4 cent for right now until some strength is shown. Right, 3 to 4 cents. I mean, from here to there, that is a 500. That's a 5x to an 8x. That's what I'm kind of looking for. You know, you break, especially if we're in some type of, you know, corrective pattern where you have an A. So you have an A. You could have a B. Right? You could have an expanded flat where you come up through here, a running flat, something where you're coming up through here. You do make a higher high, but it's still a B pattern. And then you come down for a lower low. You could be doing that. So this next, like I've been telling people, you know, over and over again, at the lows, I'm not too worried at the lows. I'm just buying, I'm accumulating, I'm holding, I'm managing my portfolio, risk on, risk off. But down here, right, we're gonna get, in my opinion, when you're this oversold for a long time, right? Last time you were down through here, it's all the way over here. Look at this. Look at that. Look down through here too. What'd you do? You ran up. What'd you do? You ran up. Right, what are we going to do? I believe we're going to run up, even if it's to the 2 cent mark. All right. That's why it's important for me to DCA. Right? This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but me personally, I've just, I have stop losses. I have early take profit levels. I get in, get out. I'm not trying to make a 10x, 20x, 30x. I'm just trying to, profits never hurt the pockets. I'm not always trying to hit a home run. Okay, so what I go through in my Profit Lab series on Fridays is early take profit levels, trailing stop losses, things like that. So for XCN, we are in this golden range. Okay, this golden range. We're looking to, scale out up through here. Right, this, and look at that. We have a key level right at an overpriced region. So, right, taking some off the table if we get up through here. Right, never hurts. So right now you are looking like you want to. I mean, at this point, if we do, let's check this out. Let's check this out. Right, we gotta check this out. If you like the video, hit that like button, please. It helps out the channel a ton. If you want more content, subscribe. Got to put the plug in, Gotta put it in. So we're at that 1-to-1 extension. That's where I had that marked out. It's perfect. This February open is right at that 786. That's where exactly you want to come down and break through, because that's resistance. Okay. And I mean, it's playing out beautifully. It's playing out beautifully. If we see an extension through here. We do this and we do this, we take the lows. It could go a little bit lower, right? It could go a little bit lower. The one right, we're looking for a 1618 is at that 19 level. Okay, that 19 level. Okay, 2618 is at the 28 level. So somewhere in between here, right? If it plays out the way it's supposed to, not the way it's supposed to, but the way it looks, that'll be important. The last time I did take this, I don't think it was as low. I think it was maybe through here. When was the last video I made? We'll check it out on a deep dive. XCN. It's been a while. January 27th. Like up through here. So I took the lows down through here. So the 786 was a little bit higher. So only thing we're gonna move is this bad boy right there. And this might move again depending on if a new low is made. Right? If a new low is made, then the structure is invalid. Right now the structure is still valid for a 1-2. Beautiful 1-2. And off the 1-2, you're looking for a full completed move is to the 2618. All right, to the 2618. So I can even put this right through here. It might change based on, lower. If we go a little bit lower, right? If we go a little bit lower, it'll change a little bit. So there we go with that. So, that 2618, that'd be that full completed move. But I mean, that doesn't mean I'm holding all the way to right through here. But maybe a percentage I'm holding, especially if you're in for lower. If you're in for higher, good luck. At this point, if you just got to have a sense of humor with crypto, just because it's so, only the absolute degens are here. Only the people who have held on to the sliver of hope, listening to all the noise, all the backlash, all the bears, all the negative sentiment, all the negative price action. It's just, if you're still here and you're watching the videos, I applaud you. You are dedicated, right? You get my applause. 100% real, because I feel it too. Just because I'm making videos and I'm doing this on the daily doesn't mean I don't feel it, right? Was yesterday fun? Yeah, yesterday was fun. Was I on Discord screaming that alt season was starting and that we were breaking out? No. All right, no. You can check my midweek macro yesterday. I was making a video while the move was going on, and there are key levels we got to get above. There are levels we got to get above. You can't just have one green candle, because we do that. We've done that. I mean, look at this. One green candle. What do we do? One green candle, what do we do? One green candle, what do we do? It's rinse and repeat. Once and that's, I feel like that is a market maker trend, is to just bore people, right, with the same results over and over and over again. And then the one time when it happens, i.e. maybe here, then you go. Okay, then you go. So that's what I got on that daily chart. We'll check out this 4-hour chart. We like to get into some of the smaller time frames as well. Yeah, that took that out. I mean, this does look pretty good. Let me see through here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Yeah, close above 0051, and we're targeting higher prices. This is looking like something very nice. All right, this is looking like almost like a inverted head and shoulder. So you come up through here, come down, kind of like have like a cup and handle for your right shoulder, and then maybe you come down through here and then go. Let me clean it up for you guys. You know me, I doodle. I'm a doodler. No, don't even start with that other stuff. Something like that. An Adam and Eve, possibly, maybe a Eve Adam, kind of rounded. Maybe you just come straight up. I don't think so. I don't like that. I like the inverse head and shoulders. Okay. So you would need, I mean, I do like this right through here. I even like even on the smaller time frame. I mean, look at this. This thing is bullish. This is a bullet. This looks bullish. This does look bullish, right? You got like this, come down like that, coming down, boom. I like that. So yeah, I'd mark if I'm holding XCN, if I'm looking for higher prices on XCN, I am looking for a close above 00501 on the 4-hour full body candle close. We're not coming up and wicking up. Oh, that's a full body candle close. So it can't be this candle. So this candle's got to get up, and then we got to get a full body candle close, and then go. All right. Can't be cheating. Right? Can't be cheating. Can't be doing that stuff. So that 382 over at 501. 501. You know, perk of the Patreon members is, you know, you see this video, you're like, hey, CryptoVision, what was that level again? Can you snap a shot of XCN? Boom, I go in, snapshots of XCN, key levels, things like that, and I update it as we go. All right, and then I do it back, and I loop back on Fridays on everything that is requested. We go through that. We talk about big charts. We typically talk about all of these charts. We talk about the Profit Lab series, things of that nature. So, you know, bang for your buck. I think it's pretty good value, right? Most of my members would agree. You know, they're pretty stoked. They're pretty stoked. We've been eating up the blood, and now we got some green on the charts, right? I've been kind of getting into Ethereum, so I've been excited for that. In terms of the 1-hour chart, you know, you got like a 1, 2. Right, almost like a flat pattern. We got the overshooting B wave. Okay, got a 1, 2. Okay, so you got a 1, 2. You got an ABC 3 coming down for a 4th. I like it. I like the way it looks right now. I like the way it looks. Let's get this 2 low to the 3 high. Where are we? We are down below that 618. We did get down below that 618. 502. I tell you what, there's a reason people sub to the channel. 502. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Confluence on 2 different charts. I don't just pull up fibs and say, hey, we're going to this price. Good luck. All right, there's reasons for it. There's reasons for it. It's right next to this. You know, it's essentially right above this 200-day moving average. It's on the hourly, so 200 hour. But if you come up through here, right, and then you start doing this, and you look like you're coming up, and you're like oscillating down, and then you can go. So we need an impulsive candle. We need like one big candle, and then come down like that. That would look beautiful. Go like that. Boom. In terms of the correction, what has been going on right now, that's pretty choppy. Here's a very decisive A, B, C, if I'm being honest. That's very choppy. Very, very, very choppy. Very choppy. Do we break down? No, we're bouncing right off of that. That's nice. That looks good. That looks good. You got that red dot up through there, but that's okay. You did get momentum, cooling off a little bit. Go back up. Don't just lose it. Don't use it or lose it. Don't do this, right? When you're coming up and then you stay down for days. You come up, then you stay down. No, we got to do the opposite. What we need to see stuff like this, right? We need to see this. Where you're just dipping down quick, then you're coming up, dip down, up, dip down. We need that. All right? We got the triple bullish divergence with the golden dot. What can you ask for anymore? Can't ask for any more. That thing looks great. I like what XCN looks like, right? So we have the invalidation zone, close below 4.6, we're making new lows. So I would have a stop loss right around there. If it was me, I would have a stop loss right there. So close down below that, you're probably in trouble. Probably taking this low out for sure. I mean, you are taking that low out. You close down below here, you're probably coming down through here somewhere. And you can go. So, alrighty, I think that's what I got for XCN. I think that's what I got. If you stuck around, let's check out some Bitcoin dominance. Right, some Bitcoin dominance. We are right at that 100 EMA. So if you're new to the channel, we've been tracking Bitcoin dominance for a hell of a long time. And it is oversold, as you can see. We're looking for a close below the 100 EMA. Bada bing, bada boom. We're right there, you know, teasing us. Teasing us like normal. We're looking for price to come down all the way, you know, in between 40, what did I say the other day, 46 to 42, something in there. That's what I did last time. Came down to that middle, right around that middle. So somewhere down through here. All right. So it looks extremely bearish. It looks extremely bearish price action when you're coming through here. This is what we want to see on charts. This is exactly what we want to see on charts. You know, you kind of impulse up, right? You impulse up, and you kind of just oscillating down, breaking out right through there. So if we take this bad boy right here, even if we take this right through here like that, bada bang, baby, back above the 382. Look at that. That's why you sub to the channel. This is why you sub to the channel. It's not just random luck. It's not random luck. At that 100, right at that 236, that last resistance level. Typically that 382, you know, if you can hold that, you're looking for higher prices. So I do think we're about to, if not this week, then next week. I do think this thing is about to, you know, we gotta keep in mind it's not a actual chart. It's a relative chart. It's based on Bitcoin's price relative to the rest of the crypto market. So it doesn't mean that, you know, it's gonna act exactly like other charts. Typically, you know, when you get a setup like this, it does look nice. You know, if we do take, so we were calling for 46 to 42. We got the pattern right through here, 46 to 1. This is why you sub to the channel. I keep saying it over and over again. 49, 43, somewhere right there. I mean, you could say the 2618, even the 40. I don't know if it gets that low. That's pretty low. 40%, that's pretty low. Somewhere between here. You know, that 2 is right in between. So, you know, Goldilocks. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. Something right in the middle. It's not 45, 46, something in between there. I do think that that's where it's gonna go. You know, a lot of people are super bearish on altcoins, super bearish on crypto, super bearish. It's when I start to really deploy my capital. So that's what I got for today's video. If you like today's video, hit that like button. If you're interested in that free Discord, the community, bearish, bullish, neutral, I'd love to have you. Just talk about stuff. You know, I like ideas. I like talking about stuff. If you're interested in more in-depth analysis, a little bit more to learn, a little bit, you know, more tools at your disposal, check out the Patreon membership. It is linked in the description. As always, I thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. Take it easy. Peace.